Today I'm excited to give you my spoiler-free review for Hotel Transylvania 4, which is called Hotel Transylvania Transformania. Say that 3 times fast, guys. There's absolutely no way I could pull it off. I've been looking forward to this movie for a while. This is a franchise that I've really enjoyed with my kids. It's something that we've seen all of them in movie theaters. So this is one we're a little sad we don't get the chance to see it in theaters, but let's dive into it. Let me give you my review. Now, if this is your first time here, I'd love it if you take 1 second and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more videos like this one. Trailer reactions, movie reviews, television reviews, and celebrity interviews. Okay, let's talk Hotel Transylvania. Hey, Tessa from MamasGeeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel. Okay, guys, so I have to start off by saying that I was not a fan of the third movie. Really enjoyed the first one a lot. We saw it in theaters. I had an absolute blast. Love the cast. Second movie, thought, oh, this is good. Not as good as the first one, but it's still really good. And then when we saw the third one in theaters, we all collectively, like my kids enjoyed it, but my husband and I, and even my kids were like, this is the worst one, right? And my husband and I were like, I didn't really love it. And I thought, man, are they slipping? Because I really enjoy this cast. I really enjoy the concept, and I'm a fan of this. And it's one of those family-friendly movies that we all have something to laugh about and enjoy. So I was a little bummed, still cautiously optimistic for 4, especially when the trailers dropped. I thought this is a great concept. This is a lot of fun. You know, them switching places could get very interesting. And I've got to admit, really enjoyed Hotel Transylvania Transformania. I thought it was a ton of fun. Actually, it goes back and forth between being my second and third favorite. Like, I've seen it twice now, and the second time I liked it even more. I love that they switch places. I think it's a lot of fun, as you've seen in the trailers. It's very interesting to see everything kind of flip, right? I love seeing Johnny as a monster. I thought his design was a lot of fun, and I really liked getting to see the monsters not as monsters, right? You got an old man, right? You've got a really hot-looking Frankenstein's monster, and then just seeing the Invisible Man, what he actually looks like, is fantastic. During the press conference, David Spade said he really enjoyed the look of his character, and I've got to admit, I really enjoyed it too. It makes sense that he's the Invisible Man. You know, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. My biggest issue, let's dive right into it, guys, is, you know, some of the voices here were replaced, okay? Adam Sandler's been replaced by Brian Hull, and then we also lose Kevin James in this as well. I will say Kevin James wasn't as noticeable. His absence wasn't as noticeable. I mean, I guess he doesn't have he does have lines and dialogue, but he's just not at the forefront like Drac is. So at the beginning, I thought, okay, it's not really bothering me. I will say during the trailers, I thought what they pulled was fantastic. Brian sounded just like Adam. It wasn't a big deal. He wasn't really, I don't want to say he wasn't missed, but it wasn't obvious that it wasn't Adam Sandler. The longer the movie goes on, the longer you realize that it's not Adam Sandler, especially through some of the dialogue, like when he's talking for a very long time. Everything isn't exactly like Adam Sandler. That's just a fact. That's what it's going to be. I mean, my oldest daughter even pointed out, wow, Drac sounds a little different in this one. And I hadn't told her he had been replaced. So she figured that out on her own. And it's something that, it's nitpicky, but it does kind of take away from it just a little bit. You know, it's one of those things where you're like, man, I wish Adam Sandler had returned to do this voice. Like, great job, Brian. Fantastic. Seriously. Like I said, you don't really notice it until you're about halfway through and you're just continuing on with Drac, and especially when he has like long dialogue, monologues that he's going on, you're kind of like, oh yeah, I hear it like every couple of words. And it doesn't fully take away, it doesn't completely ruin the movie, of course, but it is kind of like, oh man, it kind of stinks that it's not that Adam Sandler voice that you're used to. As for the plot, I mean, it's a kid's movie, so it's a little bit predictable. There's some twists and turns that, as adults, my husband and I figured out along the way, but the kids didn't. They were completely surprised. They had a lot of fun with it. There were several laugh out loud moments. I mean, it's the same humor of the first 3, really particularly the first 2. I will say there's some moments that I was like, man, this feels just as good, like I said, as the second one. Nothing will top the original, and that's just, I think, how most franchises are anyways. It's very, very hard to go back and top the original. But this one is on par with the second movie, where it's still a lot of fun. It has that great family-friendly humor. The visuals are great. Like, it's a good movie. Again, it's better than the third, okay? So this is a great way to go out, and I know it stinks. This is pretty much confirmed to be the final Hotel Transylvania. I love the series. I love the franchise. I do love the series, but I love this franchise of the movies. I think it's a lot of fun, but it is sad to see it go. It's a great story. It's a great way to end. It's got great lessons, you know, about family and loving each other, and then looking at who a person is on the inside, you know, the same old that we get in kids stuff, but it's still a great way to put it across, and it's a lot of fun, and it goes by quickly. It's not super long movie, you know, it flies by fast enough, and it's available on Prime Video coming up on January 14th, so you don't want to miss it. It's a lot of fun, and you can watch it at home, which is great. I do miss that we're not being able to see it in theaters. So I think my biggest upsets for me is that you can't see it on the big screen. Maybe it will do a theatrical run at some point. I'm not sure. And then, like I said, Kevin James isn't as noticeable, his absence, because his character's not in it a ton. I mean, he's in it, but he's not like at the forefront like Johnny and Drax. This is Johnny and Drax movie, which I really liked. Of course, we get Mavis and Selena as Mavis, which is funny because as I'm hearing her talk, all I'm thinking about is Only Murders in the Building, which is one of my favorite series of 2021. So in my head, I'm like picturing her character, and I'm like, no, go back to Mavis. She's Mavis. But I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a lot of fun for children, a lot of fun for families, a couple of drawbacks, but you know what? It goes by quick enough. It's predictable, sure, but aren't all kids movies? It teaches a great lesson. Sure, it's that same lesson that we always get, but it does it in a fun way. And I highly recommend it. It stinks that you can't see it in theaters. That's probably my biggest issue with it, besides the absence of Adam Sandler. I give Hotel Transylvania Transformania a 3 out of 5. If you guys have already seen the movie by the time you get to this review, let me know your thoughts down below. Also, if you haven't, let me know if you're looking forward to it. Is it something you're going to check out? Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more videos like this one. Movie reviews, television reviews, trailer reactions, and celebrity interviews. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, guys. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much to all of my monetary supporters, my members here on YouTube, as well as my patrons. If you haven't joined yet, please consider doing so. We have some really awesome perks, including a monthly Zoom meeting where we get to talk face to face. Thank you again to everyone who supports me.